We are not merely born into this physical world. We descend from the astral realm, and it is there we ultimately return when this earthly life ends. Someone once asked, why should we attempt to reconnect with the astral realm while we are still alive? My answer was simple: because true freedom lies there. In our origin, we existed as luminous souls enveloped in a refined astral form, but once separated from that higher realm, and having forgotten our connection to it, we began to suffer. This suffering endures only because of our forgetfulness. By re-entering that celestial domain, through awareness, meditation, and spiritual discipline, we begin to perceive the deeper causes of our pain, whether emotional or physical, and in that perception we find healing. In the astral realm, the great mysteries unravel before us: what lies beyond death, where our soul journeyed before birth, and how we can live this physical life while still being in touch with our divine source. The limitations of the material world disappear in the vastness of the astral plane, which is free of boundaries and far more vivid than anything we perceive here on earth. When a soul leaves the freedom of the astral domain and enters a human womb, it is suddenly confined. That once expansive awareness now feels trapped within flesh and form. For 9 months it resides in limitation. After birth, it faces the helplessness of infancy, followed by the trials of growing up, emotions, desires, fears, and without mastery over them. Life becomes a cycle of suffering. A man may experience fleeting joy, build a family and find temporary fulfillment, but eventually the body declines and death arrives. This is the cycle repeated endlessly, only details differ. Still, people cling to this physical world as if it were the highest truth. It is not. If you could perceive the astral realm, you would see it is not only more real, it is the source of this world. The earth is sustained by energies originating in the astral dimension. Every physical form, every movement, every heartbeat begins as a pattern of divine thought expressed as radiant light and subtle vibration. Only then do those impressions condense into physical matter. The human body, the mountains, the oceans, the stars, all are projections, shadows of their astral blueprints. Yet even the astral world is not our final destination. True liberation comes only when the soul recognizes its oneness with the infinite spirit. Still, the journey toward this unity begins with awakening to our astral identity, shedding attachments to the physical, and recognizing that we are luminous beings, not just flesh and bone. Though you exist simultaneously in both realms, your deep identification with the physical, your body, your senses, your emotions, prevents you from fully experiencing the higher realm. But each night as you sleep, your soul drifts into the astral. You may not remember it, but it happens. In dreams, subconscious reflections, moments of deep imagination, you are partly there. And through focused awareness, especially in meditation, you can begin to consciously journey into that dimension. You are not a mere product of this earth. You are a soul born of light, animated by divine intelligence. Imagine you own 2 homes, one in a chaotic neighborhood full of disorder, and the other in a peaceful, vibrant sanctuary. Which one would you prefer to live in? In the same way, I urge you to dwell in your inner sanctuary, the realm of your spirit, rather than in the chaos of your ego and worldly struggles. Why do you cling to this body with such attachment? It is a magnificent machine, yes, but it is riddled with fragility, prone to heat, cold, fatigue, and pain. Like a car that needs repairs, the body too must be constantly maintained. But the true power governing this body resides in the astral energy behind it. Many chronic illnesses do not originate in the physical realm at all, but in disruptions to the astral blueprint. Real healing then requires restoring the subtle energy flow through breath, awareness, and spiritual attunement. Think of it like your home losing power. The problem may not lie in your appliance, but in the power grid itself. Likewise, many ailments stem from spiritual disconnection, not just bodily dysfunction. The physical world is governed by duality, hot and cold, birth and death, joy and sorrow. But these contrasts are simply byproducts of a greater illusion designed for learning. In the astral world, there is no such harsh division. Everything is energy. All forms, solid, liquid, or otherwise, are just vibrations of light. There, you can walk on fluid light, soar through solid structures, manifest thought into form. This is how great masters like Jesus walked on water, not by defying physics, but by transcending the illusion of physical matter. He saw the sea, his body, and the air as manifestations of astral light, malleable by the awakened will. Indeed, all the miracles performed by divine beings, healing, resurrection, levitation, are examples of mastery over the astral energies underlying material creation. And while the astral world may mirror our earthly experiences, birth, love, creation, it does so in perfect harmony and freedom. No hunger, no conflict, no decay, only beauty born of will and light. In that radiant realm, whatever the soul desires appears instantly. Whether it's a palace, a forest, snowfall, or sunshine, your consciousness is the architect. There's no competition or lack, only fulfillment. The traditional image of heaven as a place with harps and clouds and a throne is a child's story. God is not confined to form but exists as infinite consciousness. Yet for the sake of love, God can assume any form his devotee desires: father, mother, friend, light. The saints who have reached beyond even the ordinary astral planes, into the causal heavens, testify that God is both form and formless, personal and impersonal. Just as light can divide itself into a spectrum of colors, so too does the divine appear in myriad forms, yet remains one. When a soul achieves final liberation, it merges into this supreme light, and yet out of love such souls may emerge again, retaining individuality while remaining united with the whole. In the higher astral heavens, there are divine celebrations, feasts of light, music, love, not for entertainment, but to express the soul's eternal joy in God. Just as a single beam of light passing through a film can display infinite moving images on a screen, so too does the singular, divine light manifest a universe of experiences. You can become anything there, a star, a bird, an angel. Your soul becomes its own canvas. However, most souls don't ascend to these divine regions immediately. Their journey depends on karma. Those who lived with selfish desires return to earth quickly to resolve their bindings. Those who cultivated virtue remain longer in the astral to rest, learn, and evolve. But why wait until death? You can access this world now through meditation, imagination, concentration. Imagination isn't fantasy, it's the bridge between dimensions. Everything we now consider real, cars, planes, electricity, were once mere thoughts. Thoughts that found form. Likewise, when you hold a sacred vision in deep stillness and focus on it unwaveringly, it must materialize. You can heal, protect, create, and uplift your world through union with this creative power. The spiritual eye, the gateway between realms, reveals itself as a golden halo encircling a blue sphere, with a silver-white star at its center. Entering that star is entering the divine. Focus your attention there in deep meditation. As your inner stillness deepens, so does your access to this higher realm. Saints are often shown with their gaze uplifted, not as symbolism, but as reality. They see through the third eye. The two physical eyes deceive, the spiritual eye reveals. Live your life from this astral awareness. Whether working, talking, resting, remain rooted in that peace. Let your tasks be expressions of calmness. If you begin to feel disturbed by the world, return inward. That is your true refuge. The ability to fall into silence, to feel joy amid chaos, to sleep at will, these are signs of astral consciousness at work. Meditation is the lifeline. Without it, navigating this world becomes unbearable. Even in times of war and disaster, when everything crumbles, those who dwell in spirit remain untouched. They are rooted in God. Realize that earth is not your final home. The divine realm awaits. Do not delay. Do not let another day pass without seeking that connection. If you give just one day, one night fully to God, retreating in silence, yearning from the depths of your soul, He will respond. But how many are truly ready to surrender? This world binds you with constant motion, distraction, and demands. But beneath it all lies a river of eternal peace, flowing toward the divine. Enter it. Consistent meditation, sincere prayer, and the awakened spiritual eye will lead you to the astral realm and beyond. Dwell always in the joy born of that inner union. Before this dream ends, before your body returns to dust, may you awaken. May you return home to the eternal light from which you came. The divine is waiting.